Introducing Recline for a Dime, a seat that reclines for a dime. An innovation that truly has your back. We simply cut the cost of reclining from your fare, because why pay for something you might never use? But if you're really down to
maybe it sounds like a cool idea, but it's not coming to an airline near you anytime soon. Swoop Airlines, one of the many brands fooling customers this April 1st with fake ads for bogus products. And brand and marketing expert Nav Nanwa joins me now to discuss more. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Ginella.
It's finally over. No more pranks.
Thank God.
I hate April Fool's Day because I'm extremely gullible.
Likewise.
And apparently so does Microsoft, because they said that they're not doing April Fool's this year. Quote, data tells us these stunts have limited positive impact and can actually result in unwanted news cycles. From a marketing perspective, are they right?
You know what? In their opinion, I believe so. Like, it's one of those things where if you decide to take part in April Fool's, you do run the risk of confusing your consumers. And depending on what the April Fool's tactic is, whether it's something outrageous like launching a product that's ideal or doing something completely left field, you could cause some confusion, which could lead to some people not wanting to pursue your brand afterwards.
Okay, so some brands didn't agree. They did opt for some April Fool's pranks. Let's take a look at some of them. McDonald's introducing a new dip made from milkshake. Who doesn't love to dip their fries in shake? This is not real.
I actually believe this, considering where food trends are going with the C&E.
Yeah, Tinder also got in on the joke. They said they were going to add a height verification to their dating app. Some men probably not happy. Some ladies probably would have been. And also a jab at those who don't believe in science. A globe manufacturer revealing they would be making a new flat Earth globe. All of these were pranks. So what is the right way to do a prank, to your point earlier?
You know, it really comes down to authenticity. I think when you allow your consumers to be in on the joke right from the get-go, I think that's when you truly win. You know, we're starting to see brands nowadays who do want to go above and beyond and want to do full-out, promo videos, full-out press releases to really get behind this April Fool's idea. You know, you think about what WestJet did with the Flyer Festival, poking fun at the Flyer Festival, and that was very tongue-in-cheek and more of a viral video that got people excited and happy and was very shareable. But I think you want to find that right balance between humor but also not taking yourself seriously to the point where the consumer actually likes the idea and just is sort of in on the joke.
Right. And there's also the what's believable and what's so ridiculous that it's so obviously a joke. I want to ask you, because you also have a background in broadcast news. You hosted a show for many years and you've got your podcast. Some news outlets got in on the game.
Yes.
So I want you to take a look at these. A Kawartha newspaper fooled readers with a story about the popular reality show Survivor, saying it could see Algonquin Park as the next season's location. That had some people excited, but it wasn't real.
I'm sure my wife would have believed that.
Yeah. The Daily Hive had an extremely lengthy and detailed article about Prime Minister Trudeau's $62 billion plan to relocate the UN office to Toronto. So much so that we actually heard the mayor's office got a call from some folks who were interested and wanted to know more about this. Yeah. And BlogTO said the TTC is testing out 24-hour subways. I have to admit, I fell for this one, and apparently so did a lot of people who were disappointed that this wasn't true. You know, I'm a believer that news outlets should not engage in April Fool's pranks. What's your take?
That's the gray area. Like, I think every single year you always see on April Fool's that one article that gets shared about the Rogers Centre being turned back into the Sky Dome, and then you see the response that gets. And I think even BlogTO going as far as cracking a joke around TTC is kind of risky in my point of view, because I find that a lot of transit advocates would have really taken into that and would have really loved to have seen that happen, and the fact that it wasn't true, I think probably would have caused some uproar on their website. But again, it really just goes down to tone, and I think you do get a lot of traction when you have that humorous headline, because I think people normally look for that.
They got to know right off the bat
that it's a
joke.
Yeah,
right?
and the fake news era is totally correct. We do live in an era right now where social media is pretty dominant, and it's very easy to get fake news. And when you see a reputable source like a BlogTO posting fake news on April Fool's Day, it does sort of put some interesting things in question.
Yeah, lots to talk about. Okay, thanks so much. We'll have to leave it there, and you can find more of the pranks from today on our website, citynews.ca. Thanks for being with us now.
Thanks,